My name's Roman Peshke. I run a $15,000 a month AI automation agency, and I record these videos answering your questions in the comment section every single day. These are daily updates. And today is Halloween. Now you might be thinking, Roman, you are not wearing a Halloween costume, but you would be incorrect. You can see by the mole, the wrist wraps, the shorts, and the ankle wraps. I'm clearly in costume, so take that. All right. Now, before we jump into these comments, I'm going to pull up my reference image right here. I hope something weird doesn't pop up. I mean, the show is pretty weird anyways. But any Baki fans, you already know what's up. That's the fit right there. I mean, come on now. All right, back to brass tacks here. Let's jump into the comments right here. Drop your Halloween costume in the comments down below. If you're not dressing up, you're kind of lame. All right, we got a fire emoji from the new guy behind 7160. Appreciate you, G. I've seen you comment a bunch of love. Culver Claire, a repeat customer. Love you, dude. Not really a customer, but repeat commenter. You know what I'm saying. Do you think AI Automation Agency, will die down in the future? Will it still be a good business model in the next 10 to 15 years? 10 to 15 is a little rough because like the whole landscape of everything could change with AI in 10 to 15 years. I mean, traditionally we're pretty bad at predicting the future, so I'm not going to make any promises. But I think at least within the next 5, like for the next, I'd go 5 to 10, there's no reason to believe that this industry, the AI automation agency industry, would go away. I say that because back in the day, when social media marketing agencies really started picking up online, everyone thought that that market would be insanely saturated, impossible to get into, just overdone, and game over. Everyone's in it. Nobody can do it. It's done. But that was like more than 5 years ago. And today, there are new social media marketing agencies popping up every day and hitting their first 1K, 2K, 5K, 10K months. Like out of the gates. Not out of the gates, but you know what I'm saying? People are still starting social media marketing agencies, just running like plain Facebook ads for people and making like decent money starting today in what's quote unquote super saturated and not needed anymore. So, based off of that, I'm confident that AI automation agencies will stay around. They might change their shape a little bit. Like, I don't even really like the AI automation agency term. It's just like the most recognized version of it. I prefer referencing it as AI integration for small businesses, SMBs, so small to mid, you know what I'm saying? Small to mid-sized businesses. So AI integration for SMBs is a bit more broad. It doesn't exactly have to be automation related, even though a lot of it will have components of automations. But really what you're doing is you're finding an existing business with a CEO or a founder or whoever's running the thing. They know that they should get on the AI wave because they can see what's happening. They don't have the capacity, the wherewithal, or the time and bandwidth to go and integrate it into their businesses themselves, but they're making enough money to where they can hire somebody to come in and do it for them. That is the gap that AI automation agencies and AI integration agencies, that's the gap that they fill. And that gap will be there for a very, very long time. Not only because there are tons and tons of businesses around the world with older folk who aren't necessarily tech savvy, but there are new businesses being started every single day that may not necessarily have a technical founder to go in and implement these from the get. So I think it is a very safe place to be in. There will be higher and higher competition as time goes on, but the way to get ahead of that is to start now. O4EA, it costs 97 per sub account / client, right? And that's in addition to the 297 the 297 plan. This is in reference to Go High Level, which that is not the case. High level, you can do a 297 plan or a 497 plan. Then you can do like priority support and uh, the HIPAA compliance on top of that for additional fees. But if you're on the 297 or the 497, I believe both of those have unlimited sub accounts that you can add. So you, as the agency owner, pay that monthly fee of 297 or 497, and then you can add on as many sub accounts as you would like for no additional cost. Let me pull up the website really quick. I use an agency account, so that's like the highest level one that you can get. So I'm gonna double check the 297 plan really quick. So give me 1 second. Alrighty, go high level. If you want a 14-day free trial, in addition, you can. I have a link in the description. No hard sell. Use it if you want. Honestly, I don't always use people's affiliate codes just because sometimes I just don't like the people that are hawking them. So I totally get it, but it is there if you are interested, and it would be supporting the channel a little bit. All right, 297. Everything in starter plus API, unlimited sub accounts. There you go. And the branded domain right there. So breakdown, starter plan, $97 a month. You get 3 sub accounts. Then for $297, you get unlimited sub accounts. And for $497, you get software as a service mode, rebilling enabled for the features there, unlimited custom dashboards. That's pretty weak. Custom objects are pretty weak. Template library, that's okay. Roll-up report scheduler and advanced API access. So, as far as your question, it costs $497 per sub account. No, it's $297 unlimited sub accounts right there. And then if you want to enable rebilling, you have to jump on the SaaS plan. All right, let's see what we got next. Christophnome _ English. Thank you for your answer. When it comes to niches, how important is location to target? I live in Hungary, and I have quite a bit of connections, so I could gain business context fairly easily, but purchasing power is obviously lower, and the market is not that big either. How would you decide if I should target this area anyways, or go with richer English-speaking countries? Okay, so in this exact situation, I would talk to your existing connections a bunch if you have those, if you have access to them there. I would work with them if it would be super easy, super low-hanging fruit in exchange for testimonial. You get paid, of course. If you want to go the work for free route, make sure you are scooping up testimonials, because the way you want to think of it, the way that you want to think of it is if you have easy access to some business owners that can't necessarily pay a lot for the services, you got to think of, okay, how else can they pay me in a way that's valuable to me? One option for that is to have them pay you, quote unquote, maybe some amount of money, but also a part of the exchange for the service is honest, truthful feedback on their experience working with you and the results that you've produced for them. So that's how I would present it on a call. It would be, hey, it's X amount per month, whatever. Now we're at this price because, let's see, how would I say that? Maybe throw on like an extra $100. So, hey, normally it's $1,000 a month plus X amount per appointment set. But if you promise to give me an honest video and written review of your experience working with me and the results that we've produced, I would be more than happy to do it, to get started for just $900 instead. How does that sound? So that would be one way of phrasing that conversation to ensure that the clients that aren't paying as much still give you something of excess value there. I think especially if they are friends or colleagues or something like that, it's another dynamite way to go, because chances are they'll be pretty nice about it. And if they shoot you a video that like says that you suck, you can just keep that to yourself as a little internal note. and then improve your services, rinse and repeat. And you can even circle back to those people and be like, hey, made a bunch of improvements. Let's give it another run for a month and then give me your honest feedback again. So, too long, didn't read version of this is go for the super low hanging fruit first because it's low hanging fruit. Since they can't pay as much, make sure that you get as many forms of testimonials as possible from them. We want screenshots of raving reviews. We want video testimonial, handheld, organic from the business owner. We want written review. We want as many forms of review and authentication that you're legit as possible. And once you have that combined experience and testimonial bank under your belt, then you will be able to gain an edge in a US market because you're coming in with more industry knowledge and proof that other people just don't have. Now, as far as when do you start doing the outreach, is it like only after you've gotten testimonials and stuff from your existing clients? Absolutely not. Based on how many contacts you have that could be low-hanging fruit in Hungary, I would, like, once you're done reaching out to all those folks for, like, I don't know, let's say a week or two, and you've kind of confirmed who's willing to work with you, who's not, I would immediately switch my outreach efforts to US markets that can pay a more premium rate. That way, there's not this big, like, oh, getting momentum, stop my outreach because I'm gaining all this momentum. Then you get caught in this huge dip if somebody quits or like a payment doesn't go through or something like that. You want to avoid this giant dip. And to avoid this giant dip, you continue your outreach efforts so that you continue your upward trend there. So, hope that helps. Last thing we got to do here is update the YouTube growth stats, and I'll talk a little bit about the business. Today, launched a new tier, not really a new tier, but we're promoting a new, God, that's so sad. 3 days? Come on, somebody subscribe. Anyways, we are promoting one of our training calls for the members in our higher level of service. If you don't know, if you're new here, I am a equal partner in a martial arts business coaching consulting enterprise, I guess would be a way to put it. It's like 3 of us. I'm a third partner. We help martial arts school owners make more money, free up their time, blah, blah, blah. I integrate AI into everything on our side so that we can do this with a 3-man team and deliver 5-star service. Anyways, so we have people that are paying us $2,000 a month. We have people that are paying us $410 a month. On Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, we have a training on what we call our Friends and Family Shopping Day. Now, this is like a Black Friday event where one of the other partners who still owns and operates a school, his one location generated $95,000 in like a 3-day span from running this event. Other client results, we had a 72K, a 65K, a 50K, 245s. We had a 12, a 17, a 20, and I believe a 25 out of the people that responded to our outreach when we were collecting some data on what the average there was, and another 65. So, anyway, big ol' event that can generate a ton of money. And so, today was promoting that internally to our existing lower tier clients, kind of hyping it up for the clients that are paying us 2K. So that they get excited for it, tune in, and actually go and apply it because they really can make a bunch of money. And then we can try and cash them out for a year. I don't know if you actually heard that, but what I whispered was, if we can make them a bunch of money, then we can sell them something else or just more of what they already have. So the more money we can make them, the better, because we can capitalize on about 20% of that pretty comfortably. Anyways, so promoted it to 2K group, 410 group, and also everyone else on our list, and just kind of let them know it was happening. So today I was writing up and drafting basically a bunch of emails, texts, and everything for the follow-up after the initial launch of it. And then I built out the actual deliverables. So I was working on checklists, templates, PDFs, basically the play in a box so that we could just hand it off to the people that are on the program so that they can just go and execute and win. That's what I did today. Hopefully that's interesting. Drop a comment if I can help you with business. Join my free school community down below. There's a paid tier. but you don't have to join that. It's a free and paid within one group. It's pretty cool. Anyways, happy Halloween. Drop your costumes in the comment. Like, subscribe, other YouTube stuff. See you tomorrow.